Tamuno John will be joining me at the commentary position. Not also forgetting Endurance of Fame, with whom I ran commentary in the first game. The opening batters for Sierra Leone are already in the batting crease. And the two umpires for today are from Kenya and Sierra Leone respectively. David Odiambo, umpire mentor from Kenya, and Ibrahim Kabia from Sierra Leone. The third umpire is from Nigeria, one of the finest, Habib Amoto Enesi. Will this game be that game that the Sierra Leoneans will get their first victory? Remains to be seen. Unlike the first game where Nigeria played out 18 overs as against the mandatory 20 overs owing to that slight rain, this is complete 20 overs game. Discussion going on. Who starts for the Ghanaians? I've seen Syed. Akil Isra. Ladies and gentlemen, when will he have a good tournament? This is not what he bargained for. George Edward Ingeba. The team list for Ghana: Samson Kwasi Awea, Alex Ose, Syed Akil Isra, Aziz Suale, Daniel Anefi, Godfred Bakiwem, Joseph Theodore, Kevin Awala, Michael Abuaye, Obed Harvey, Rexford Bakum, and Nuruddin Ibrahim. And for the Sierra Leoneans, just out, George Edward Ngbegba, captain, Abbas Bla, Alusin Toure, Aruna Kainesi, Cheno Ba, George Sese, John Bangura, Lansana Lamin, Moses Williams, Raymond Coker, Yegbo Jallo, Samuel Conte. Alison Toure and Aruna Kainesi, Akil Syed Isra still bowling from the pavilion end. What a perfect way to start. What a missed opportunity for 4 runs. 4 runs. They will take any run that comes their way. They desperately need this victory. Pressure will be mounting if after 4 games they are yet to get one. Aruna, the striker, and Alusin Toure, the non-striker. Was there breaking communication? Aruna and Alusin, 2 A's. A stands for excellence in academics. These two will hope to form a formidable partnership, but we are currently in the first over of match 8, day 4 of the West Africa Trophy, sponsored by Dafabet. We will not forget to mention our other sponsors: Sparkle, SPORTSBOX, Lagos State Government, Nigerian Cricket Federation. 20 matches in a space of 10 days. Akil. And they run. Agarese would take us to India in a jiffy. It takes you hours to get to India, but within a twinkle of an eye, our eye in India will be keeping us up to speed about what is happening, the drama going on there at the World Cup. That's wide ball. Agarese. We've come to the end of the first over. 8 runs, 1 wicket, 19 more to go. But let's go to India. Agarese is standing by to tell us the drama that is happening in India.
Yes, Seun. The game is tough. You can see 2 wickets down already.
Wow.
And they're chasing the run, I think 429. Okay.
Is a target for them?
Yes.
Because South Africa scored 428 for 5.
Yes.
Is this achievable with the way this Sri Lankan team are going?
Of course it is.
That they can still win this game?
No, definitely not for the Sri Lankans.
So this is brilliant from South Africa. Perfect way to start, you want to say?
Yes, it is.
Of course, you tell us more as the proceedings go on. Thank you very much, Agarese, for that excellent information that you are giving us. I beg your pardon. I was thinking that was Davido Diambo. That's our own Musa Ehizoje. Looks very much like David. So it's Musa Ehizoje and Ibrahim Kabia. And the third umpire is Habib Enesi. We are currently in the second over. Godfred Bakiwayem coming from the Court of Appeal end. One of the most experienced players in the Ghanaian national team. Versus one of the best batters in this Sierra Leonean side, Alison Toure. On his day, he can be a menace. They will be hoping for Alison Toure to stay long in the batting crease. His coach, Mohamed Boyce Kamara, will be hoping that he does well. Good bowling from Bakiwayem. Ten runs for loss of 1 wicket. 1.4 overs gone. Current run rate is 6.00. And the projected score at this stage will be 120. Good stop there by Syed. And we have come to the end of the second over. 10 runs for loss of 1 wicket. Alison Toure, after facing 5 balls, has scored 2 runs. Aruna has also faced 5 balls and scored 2 runs. As you can see on your screen, Samson Kwasi Awea, the captain of Ghana, won the toss and opted to field. At this stage, I will bring on my colleague, Tamuno John, to join me at the commentary position. Tamuno, good afternoon. Super excited to have you for match 8, day 4 of the West Africa Trophy, sponsored by Dafabet, a player of this Sierra Leonean side receiving treatment. Tamuno, good afternoon once again.
Thank you, Ajilagba. It's been my pleasure. It's been a pleasure working with you for the past few days. And I really want to thank you for your top effort in making sure you deliver at the top.
Pressure on Sierra Leone. They need to win. They are the only team left in this tournament that is yet to get a victory after 3 rounds of matches.
You're right, Ajidagba, and I know they want to make this one count this time around. I know they will go all out against the Ghanaian side, but also the Ghanaian side not looking weak at all, knowing that they have two victories already in their pockets, and didn't do well against the Nigerian side yesterday, the first match of yesterday. They would definitely want to come back stronger, so make sure they get this one so they can compete and play the final game with Nigeria at the end. Well, wonderful afternoon here, Saturday afternoon at the TBS Tafawa Balewa Cricket Square. Cricket over. Now, once again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to give you information just like it is. End of over. It is 3 overs gone, 11 runs on board for the loss of 1 wicket. After 2 overs, Sierra Leone's are going for 5 runs per over. That's their current run rate. They are to set the target for them to defend. And if they continue at 5 runs per over, they will end up scoring 110 runs in 20 overs. But we know how this game can be. The dynamic of the game, you can't really predict the tactics of both teams. So it is never over until it's over. Good shot there. Very well played by Aruna. Down the square leg area for 1 run. Very well played.
Syed is back. Coming from the pavilion end into his second over. In his first over, he was able to get a wicket. He will be hoping for such to happen again.
Two runs off that one. Siat has bowled 4 balls and conceded 3 runs so far. I beg your pardon, 3 balls and 3 runs. Siat coming from the TBS pavilion end. The man has a very short run up, but a quick arm to sling the ball down to the bowler, to the batter. Lovely atmosphere here. The weather is so calm for the game. Not as humid as yesterday and the first day of the tournament. Very well bowled, Siat. He's looking for wicket. He's asking questions. As a bowler, what you need to do is to get wicket and curtail the batsman from scoring runs.
Absolutely. Syed is really doing that. When you are into your second over and you have bowled 11 balls and just considered 8 runs, but you have 1 wicket to show for it. Brilliant shot there.
A loose one down the fine leg area. Well glanced by Aruna for 4 runs, and it is end of that over. That's end of the third over. End of the third over. 19 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. Quickly, let me take you guys back to the World Cup in Sri Lanka, in India. I saw beautiful performance by the South African side in their first innings with 3 batters scoring century. Quinton de Kock of South Africa got a century, and the fastest century of the World Cup so far was from Akram. He's played 106 runs in 49 deliveries. That makes him the fastest 100 so far in the World Cup history. But back to the game now. Godfrey bowling from the quarter-peel end. Bowled that one down to Alusin Ture. No runs was considered of that one. The run rate is gradually increasing from 5 runs to 6 runs now. You can see the Sierra Leone batters are trying to get to a partnership that will work for them. I know Godfrey, he won't give up. A good bowler from the Ghanaian side, very energetic, very athletic. You can see his reading when he runs in. You know it means business any day, anytime. This is what we always want to see in the game of cricket. Three dot balls. Godfred is asking questions, looking for wickets. Ball that one deep into the tire of the batter. The game will be on hold for a moment. 7 extra balls so far from the Ghanaian side. It's 3.3 overs, 19 for 1 runs. Aluse Ture not out. Aruna KCA not out also. Both partnership has given them 12 runs so far. Aluse Ture has faced 12 balls and scored 5 runs of that with a strike rate of 41%. Aruna KCA has faced 8 deliveries and put up 7 runs with a strike rate of 87.50. I tell you, this second match of the day is going to be very, very interesting. The momentum is building gradually. The runs are flying. And the batters are looking so positive. Again, we'll begin to see how teams are adjusting to the field and how the field plays as the day goes by. Batters are beginning to understand that they need to hug the pitch if they must make runs on this ground. Spinners has gotten more wickets in this tournament than the Pacers. Seth Aquil has bowled 2 overs and conceded 12 runs with 1 wicket and a good economy of 6.00. First wicket of the tournament of the day was gotten from him. And quickly we'll take you to the chat, the batting chart. Hamza Khan has played 4 innings, 113 runs, a leading top batter in the batting chart so far. Hamza take over from Risaway as the leading top scorer with 113, so 113 off deliveries.
Before we get into that, I just quickly want to point out that Alusin Toure can't continue anymore. He's been taken off the pitch, and we hope he comes back better. And in comes Samuel Conte, jersey number 20.
Game must continue. Yes, rolls away. Four. It's John Bangura in for the Sierra Leonean side as Alison Toure was taken off for treatment. He will be back soon. He's not retired out finally. We all know the name John Bangura, the man who can actually hog the pitch as long as you want him. He plays really to instruction so much. I love that man, good heart. He can hog the pitch and play to instruction.
In comes John Bangura. John Bangura will be hoping for a good performance. Under 19 captain is one batter that can cause a lot of problems for you if you don't get him out as quickly as possible. John Bangura. Four overs gone. 19 runs for loss of 1 wicket. Tamuno, very important that Sierra Leone put up a score that would not be too difficult for them to defend in the second innings. Yesterday, it was a bit better. Scored about 121 runs. So from your view as a player, a coach, what kind of target do you think they can set that will be good enough? Because yesterday, Rwanda scored 155 and they scored 121. What target do you think they can set against this Ghana side?
Anything above 130 would be a very good score for them to defend. On this ground, especially when you keep your bowling tidy and make use of the opportunities when they come, take the catches, do the run-outs, and you see the game come your way definitely. The field looks small, but it is not small. Never. TBS happened to be a very big pitch. A wide ball for Siet off his third delivery. Very well played. Good square cut by Aruna to the square leg area. The fielder could not stop that. And 4 runs was gotten off that delivery. Good shot. Again, you don't want to give the batter space to cut you. Don't give them room. Bowl so close as possible to them. Let them play into the V more often. And have your long on and long off to get them off the boundary and run with their legs. That would have been a better way to restrict them from scoring much runs. Boundaries are always expensive, very, very expensive. So you must cut them off with every opportunity you have. One of the ways to restrict any good team from scoring high runs, high total, is to make sure that the numbers of boundary they score
Oh,
is small.
shots!
Another square cut.
Beauty!
Another square cut, but this time it was played earlier, just before the covers area, and in between the covers area and the extra cover for 4 runs. Good technique, good shot, especially when you're taking advantage of the power play overs.
Seed needs to think about bowling to Aruna. Aruna seems to be interested. He seems to be in the groove. He wants to score runs. And the last time that these people played, Ghana won by 3 wickets. Uberhavi winning the player of the match of his impressive bowling. Sierra Leone in 20 overs scored 95 for 9 in 20 overs. They must ensure, Tamuno, that John Bangura and Aruna don't build that partnership that they are hoping to happen. Else, it will be a problem for the Ghanaians.
You are right, Shewa Jidagba. Right on spot. That is what it is. You can see John Bangura shaping up nicely, using his feet, walking down to try to get runs, to force the runs off the ball. And it's end of the 5th over. It's 29 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. Gradually, the runs are building. On the point table quickly, Nigeria leading 4 matches, played 4-1. A good net run rate of 2.169.
Ghana in second position. They played 3-1-2, lost just 1. Rwanda 4 matches, 1-1, lost 3. And Sierra Leone are playing their 4th match, but they've lost all 3.
Of course, we know the team with the highest win will definitely be leading the point table. Wins are very important. As long as you're winning, the net run rate doesn't really matter to you that much. Very well bowled by Godfrey from the quarter pill hand. He's bowled that one on the off stump line. The batter has no chance to push that but to defend. It's Aruna facing Godfrey. Lovely bowling by Godfrey. Young, talented Godfrey. I know this man started his cricket in Achimota in Ghana. That ground has so much historical history. The Ghanaian has been making sure that the game keeps going up and up in their country. A bouncer of Godfrey, oh, that was not taken. Fielder a bit sloppy towards that ball. That would have been a catch. 3 balls bowled by Godfrey, no runs is made. Aruna still looking good. 16 runs off 15 balls. That's a very good strike rate.
Aruna did not connect. Their current run rate is on 5.12, and at this stage they will be on 102 if he stays like this, and that will be some runs more than what they achieved in the first encounter against them.
4 dot balls, pressure cooking. Godfrey is asking questions with the ball. He wants to get a wicket. This is what we see bowler do when they're asking questions and they want wicket. And a loose one there outside the first stump line, and it was slashed down the point area, and they're coming for 2 runs there. Comfortable 2 runs off the 5th ball of Godfrey. With 1 ball remaining.
Tamuno, that was 3 runs made.
Oh, Ajidagba, that was 3. Wonderful. Quick runs off their feet.
Sloppiness of the fielders from the Ghanaians. Sierra Leone won't mind. They would want a continuum of this kind of sloppiness. As long as they score runs, it's more important to them.
They need to use more of their feet, not waiting for the boundaries. Setting totals are very difficult. If you get carried away, you might be slow and you're running between the wicket, and that might cost you 1 or 2 runs that you won't take. End of 6th over there. It's 32 runs for the loss of 1 wicket.
And you have to feel sorry for the captain of the side, George Edward Mbegba.
Aruna still in, John Bangura still in.
When will he get it right? Just 1 ball he faced, and he didn't score any run at all.
John Bangura has been quiet so far in this innings. He has faced 6 balls and has made no run. The wicketkeeper from the Sierra Leone side, well experienced with the gloves and also with the bat. The first wicket fell for no runs, and the second.
The man who got their first wicket, Akid Isra Syed, both 3 overs, 9 dot ball, 22 runs considered, and 1 wicket, 7.33 economy rate. And of course, the fall of wickets, you can see first over, wicket drop. Second was in when they were on 19. Finally, Aruna, who was disturbing, is out.
Lasana in from the Sierra Leone side. A new batter. Lamine, well experienced.
Former captain.
Yes, definitely. Former captain of the Sierra Leone side. He has not done much in this tournament so far. We hope he does in this particular innings.
Michael Abuahi. Perfect way to start your first over. And perfect way to start in the batting crease. Lansana Lamine. First ball, 4 runs. Off Michael Abuahi's bowling. In his first ball, he got a wicket.
We'll be introducing to you a gentleman who started his cricket in Ibadan, played for the University of Ibadan, played for the country also, well experienced, top batsman for his club, also kept the wicket at some point in time. A very good wicketkeeper with good eyes, good cricket sense. It's no other than Boris Ajawo. He will be joining us in the com box at the end of the over.
Better ball being bowled by Michael Abuahi.
There's something I love about this bowler, Michael Abuahi. The way he approaches the wicket and bowl fast, not giving the batter enough room to settle down. That is one of the techniques of a good spinner, on settling the batsman. And end of over is 38 for 2, 7 overs. Mr. Ajawo Boris, you are welcome, sir. Please, what do you think you would do if you are given the opportunity to advise the Sierra Leonean batters? What do you think you would have advised them to do so far?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Tamano John. It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon. It's a good day of cricket. It was looking gloomy in the morning, but you know, the weather is clement now. For the Sierra Leonean team, I think they need a partnership going on. I like the way the ex-captain, the former captain, has approached the game. He's come in and he's gotten a boundary. He's missed a couple of swings, but it's important to stay in the game. Crease occupation is very important at this level, and then you know, try build a partnership, and then the team can rest assured in the pavilion, knowing that you're setting up for a big score, so to say. And I hope they can do that, because they actually need a win desperately. And let's see what happens. There's a new over, and Daniel is bowling, so John is still on dot. Let's see how he manages the pace bowling.
You are right, AJ. John has to come to the party. He has been too quiet off his shell. Again, Daniel bowling from the Court of Appeal and won't let him go. They know him. They know what he can do when he starts its engine. It's been too cold. His temperament has been too cool for this short format so far. You never can tell what is going on at the middle. But what we see from afar is that John is trying to play himself in.
Yeah, you're very correct. Daniel is giving nothing away. Uh, he's attacking the fourth stump, and that's pretty good bowling for his pace. Same ball. Is keeping it very tight. No room for the cut shots, and I can see John Bangura trying to play the square cut, but I think it's too close for comfort. It's too close to be caught. So let's see. Maybe he tries to apply another kind of stroke. Maybe trying to play on the hop and trying to get the ball straight back to the bowler's end and try pick singles instead of dotting the balls.
You are right. Definitely understand this game so much. Jaffa was introduced by Daniel. John Bangura walking down to the pavilion. Finally has given that to the slips.
To the keeper.
To the keeper.
Yeah.
And make the job easy for the Black Stars of Ghana.
Yeah, like I said, you see, it's so tight. It's not giving you any room for you to free, for the batsman to free his arms. And I think he would have been playing straighter with his bat, full face. And I'm sure he would have gotten some singles from that. And you can see he head the ball straight to the wicketkeeper, still trying to play the cut shot.
You're right, so much right.
Technique is very important here. If you're not getting the runs, we want you to occupy the crease and tire out the fielders, get them frustrated, get them thinking.
Before we quickly get back to this game, Boris, we are watching the South African. We saw the South African innings at the World Cup against the Sri Lanka side. Who do you think will win this match?
South Africa played so well. I think they surpassed the record for the highest score ODI World Cup. And they set themselves up for a victory, getting 428 runs or so is a lot. With the kind of bowling firepower that they have, I believe that South Africa is going to take the game, and I wish them good luck. Bless you.
In comes Abbas Blah. He has run his race, John Bangura, even when that race is not good enough. A lot is required from John Bangura in this tournament. Daniel Anefi coming from the Court of Appeal end to Abbas Blah, who on his day sometimes can be very dangerous. 38 for 3 in 7.5 overs.
This bowling is quite commendable. You can see he's picking up the dot balls. He's picked up a wicket in between, and he's going to finish up. Let's see how he does it. Yeah, so a maiden wicket, and that's beautiful bowling from the bowler, Ghanaian bowler Daniel, and he's doing the job quite well for his team.
That's a good over. More importantly, your first over in a crucial game like this. Crucial in the sense that you want to notch up your third victory from 4 matches. But for the Sierra Leoneans, they are still in search of their first victory. You can see the fans from the Asian community coming around to drum support for Team Nigeria, and by extension, watch beautiful cricket. They ply their trade in the league here in Lagos, the CCC League, and they play for different club sides. Good shot. One day. Lansana Lamin seems to be in the mood. And once you are in the mood, you just want to score runs. That's what they know him for, and that's why he's in the middle order to score some considerable number of runs. Better bowling there from Michael Abuai.
Very well played, giving himself room to square, drive that one to the deep cover area for one run. Lansana Lamin looks business-wise this morning. His approach is different from the past 2 games. It shows so much intent. The young man is hungry.
Giving him an opportunity to step backward and play those shots which he loves to do. A lot is required from Lansana Lamin. At least he's doing better than what happened in the previous game that they played. The previous game they played, Tamino Lansana Lamin faced 11 balls and just scored 5 runs. And his other partner that is batting with now, Abbas Blah, faced 15 balls and scored just 6 runs. And you can see the partnership. They only have a 6 runs partnership. They want to have more.
Partnerships takes time to build. There must be a beginning for every partnership. But I'm sure if they occupy the crease for a while, there will be more runs to the total. The strike rate of Lamin is not bad. Good approach.
He's on over 100. He's on over 100% strike rate.
I wonder where Daniel has been hiding. The Ghanaian bowler from the Court of Appeal end seems so dangerous. I didn't see him in the previous game bowling. Today he has been so much energetic. Daniel, so strong, running in. I can tell you, it's got a lovely height, a lovely run-up, a smooth and economic run-up, well-timed and good rhythm, and lovely delivery. His finishing is excellent with his head steady, looking at the target, head not falling away, knees not crouching. That is what you want to call an excellent bowler.
Good running in between the wickets, even when it looked difficult. Lansana Lamin and Abbas Blah are trying to build partnership. I don't know, maybe you noticed, Tamino, that 2 players are missing from today's game for the Ghanaians. Kofi Bagabina and
yeah, you said Kofi Bagabina and who?
James Viva.
And James Viva, the off spinner from the Ghanaian side. Well, we all know that the team can be rotated among other players. It depends on your strategy and game plan. I love the way Daniel runs in. I love the way he's so tidy in his length, not giving too much room for the batters to explore. The young man is so accurate on the front foot.
Daniel Anefe. Oh, good shot. Good shot one day. Good shot. This might go for 4. No, he did not. But they will make comfortable 2 runs.
Four balls delivered by Daniel and 4 runs off those 4 deliveries so far.
So 4 for 4.
The run rate has been brought down by this medium pacer Daniel. They're currently on 4 runs per over. Not really make good use of the power play, which is the most important
He mistimed that ball. He mistimed that ball. Abbas Blah would have been sent back to the pavilion.
Yes, overs that you must take advantage of. The batting power play, which is the first 6 overs, is like a free ticket for the batters to explore. Very well bowled from Daniel, and that is the end of the 10th over. They've got into the center, the middle of the game, the middle of the innings. Sierra Leone 49 for the loss of 3 wickets in 10 overs.
So basically what we are saying, Tamuna, is 10 overs gone. That means 1 part of the first innings gone. Let's see what happens in the remaining parts. Very important that they must jack up the runs. They are on 49. They must do better in the next 10 overs. For the Ghanaians, 3 players have gotten 1 wicket each. Akil Isra Syed, Michael Abuaye, Daniel Kwabena Anefe both have 1 wicket each. Unfortunately, Godfred Bakiwayem, who have a better economic rate, has not gotten a wicket. He has 2.00 economic rates. The man is back. I mean, the vastly experienced Obed Harvey, who won the player of the match in the previous game.
You are right, Sheon. Obed Harvey, genuine all-rounder. He can bowl, he can bat, and also feels so much. He's gotten that wicket off his first ball. Abbas is out, not knowing the true line of what to play. An indecision on that shot, slow reaction, and he's bowled by Obed Harvey. Well-experienced bowler from the Ghanaian side.
Sad for Abbas Blah, who would have thought that he should be getting more quality batting. But unfortunately, Obed Harvey said, enough. You can go back and meet your teammates at the pavilion.
Four wickets down, 49 runs on the board. 5 more balls to come from Obed Abed, who is bowling from the pavilion end.
New batter comes in. Raymond Coker.
Raymond Coker, left-hander, has come in. And the first ball, to him. The second ball of Obed Avid. And the first ball Raymond Coker will be facing was played to the mid-on area for 1 run.
After the 12th over, we'll get to India and our eye will be taking us there. And of course, one of our own also will be telling us summary of what she thinks about that dramatic game that happened in the morning. I mean dramatic in the sense that at some point in time it was looking like the wind was blowing towards Ghana when they tamed Nigeria before Isaac Danladi wrestled that game. Rwanda, I beg your pardon. Oluwafumilola Omoni. But of course, to take us to India is 52 for 4. Missed opportunity there.
Last ball from Obed Abed was driven to the covers area by the lefty Raymond Coker for a single and makes it the end of the 11th over.
From one lefty to another lefty.
It's 54 runs for the loss of 4 wickets.
And you can see from Sierra Leone, the overs they will always appreciate. The 5th over where they scored 10 runs. The 3rd over and the 1st over, they scored 8 runs. The 7th over, they scored 6 runs, same as the 9th over. And in the 10th and 11th over, they scored 5 runs.
So far, there has been 2 maiden overs.
Can you see what I'm seeing, Tamina?
Lovely view of the island of Lagos, Nigeria. When you hear about the Lagos Island in Nigeria, it's definitely the waterfront.
The land of aquatic splendor.
Lovely view. Return bowler Daniel from the Court of Appeal end. Ball into the left-hander, Raymond Coker.
Daniel Kwabena Anefe is back at the Court of Appeal end. And we are currently in the 12th over. Raymond Coker struggling with Anefe's bowling.
Lovely line, Lovely length. Love his approach towards the wicket. Very energetic and athletic. He has picked one line and is bowling it regularly. The first top line, Daniel seems to have fallen in love with that line so long. He's been picking dots off that line. This is the third ball and no run conceded. With a huge smile on the face of Daniel, getting the ball back. He knows that the batter is finding it difficult to read. Let's see how consistent he can be on that line. If I was him, I would not leave that line. I'll force the batter to think of doing something extra, and that will give me a chance to take his wicket.
They will go for comfortable 2 runs. .56 for 4. 11.4 overs gone. Current run rate is 4.80. Raymond Coker and Lansana Lamin still batting.
Still too low. I would love them to up the runs. That's the only way you can defend with a comfortable mindset. Lamin back on strike. He has faced 13 balls so far, scored 14 runs. Who knows? Lamin might be the one that will play the master innings today for the Sierra Leonean side to get to a comfortable total. End of over. It's 12 overs gone, 8 overs remaining, 57 for the loss of 4 wickets.
We head straight to India and I give you update of what is happening there. South Africa batted first, scoring 428 runs for loss of 5 wickets in 50 overs. With the trio of Quinton de Kock, Van der Dusen and Makram all scoring 100. And for Sri Lanka, they are 111 for loss of 4 wickets in 13.2 overs. Mendes has lost his wickets and is their top performer with 76 runs. We'll continue to keep it up to speed. 4 runs.
Lovely shot by Raymond Coker. And that has taken him to 10 runs off 10 balls with a strike rate of 100. Same thing, Lansana Lamin, 14 runs off 14 balls. Obedavid has bowled 2 balls in this over. 4 balls to come. The Ghanaian side has kept the Sierra Leonean side very quiet and humble in this inning so far.
But I quickly want to say something, Tamino. Raymond Coker stepping back to play that back foot shot seems a bit dangerous. You could hit your wickets.
Definitely no run there. It takes 2 to run. Lamine's not looking like it's going to take one.
Can you see what I'm talking about? Always playing on the back foot.
Playing too close to the wicket might be too dangerous.
Absolutely.
End of over. It's 13 overs gone. 7 overs remaining. 4 wickets down. 61 runs on the board. Sierra Leone must up and pop up the volume to get to a very big, comfortable total. The partnership of Lamine and Raymond Coca has given them 12 runs off 17 balls.
We are getting into the 14th over. Setting of field. By Michael Abuaye, who is into his third over. But more importantly, the 14th over we are getting into, considered 12 runs and has 1 wicket to his credit. Big shot, maximum 6. Lamine is on fire. Lamine is on fire. It was good that they still found that ball. There are some balls you don't get to see anymore once you see that maximum happening. They know time is ticking, and so they need to score those runs. They just have to, if there is any hope. Raymond Coca, left-hand batter. Raymond Coca has faced 14 balls and has scored 10 runs. Lansana Lamine faced 16 balls and scored 21. Their current run rate has jacked up to 5.10. And at this stage, 102. Will it be a good score? I don't think so. Better bowling from Abuaye after conceding that first ball for a 6. He's been keeping things tidy. And if eventually Raymond connects, the coach Mohamed Boys Kamara of Sierra Leone would hope that these two can play out the overs and then put up some considerable number of runs that they can defend in the second innings. They lost the first game by 3 wickets and they hope to bounce back, notch up their first victory. Dropped catch by Godfred Bakiwayem, giving Lansana Lamine an opportunity to keep batting. One good ball to be bowled will come to the end of the 14th over, and then joining us will be a good colleague of ours and a former Nigerian international. We have come to the end of the 14th over of the West Africa Trophy, powered by Dafabet. SportsBox, Sparkle, Lagos State Government and the Nigerian Cricket Federation, and you can see the partnership. The best partnership we are seeing now is between Lansana Lamin and Raymond Coker. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm super excited to have join us at the commentary position former under-19 captain all the way from the Federal Capital Territory, more of an administrator now, but loves the game of cricket with a passion. Join me in welcoming Tayo Showale to the commentary position. Tayo, good afternoon. Super excited to have you join us in spite of your busy schedule. We are deeply grateful.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Sheon, for the warm intro. Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here to witness the exciting cricket. Welcome back, international cricket, to the prestigious Tafawa Balewa Square Oval. I joined you towards the end of the game. It's 70 for 4. Sierra Leoneans have scored at around 5 per over, just under 5 per over, and are struggling to put the spin of skipper Ubed Avi away. And just as I say that, they hit a 6. Commentators curse.
Absolutely. You know your onions. Lansana Lamin is in the mood. Lansana Lamin is really in the mood. He's on 28. This is a sharp contrast to what we saw of him in the previous game. I was just trying to refer to the previous game where he didn't score up to this.
Run out chance, and it looks like it's gone. Umpire says no. Quick single.
But that was close.
It was close, and I think that if you've scored at under 5 per over and there is 5.2 to go, those are the types of risks that you have to commit to taking. One ball to go in the over. Sean, what do you imagine Sierra Leone has to do from here to put up a respectable total?
Taya, I must be frank with you. The first game they played against this Ghanaian side, they lost by 3 wickets, and they scored 95 runs for loss of 9 wickets in 20 overs.
End of the over, 77 for 4 in 15. The last 5 overs, please carry on, Sean, you were telling us.
So that was what I was just saying, that they scored 95 and they lost by 3 wickets. And so it's very important that the mood that Lansana Lamin is and Raymond Coker, they carry it on and finish up at least nothing short of a 125, 130 looks like a defendable score, because they also have some decent bowlers that can cause damage to this Ghanaian side. So they need to rack up considerable number of runs that will be good enough for them to defend.
Yeah, that's true. But if you are the Ghanaian captain, surely you're confident of knocking off 115, 120, anything around that range?
Absolutely, but if you look at it, that in the first game, though they won by 3 wickets, they scored 96 for 7 in 17.2 overs. That means they still had some 18, 12 plus some, say, 16 balls. 16 balls to spare. So that's one thing we also need to emphasize on. Godfred Bakiwayem back to the Court of Appeal, and so they won with 16 balls to spare without low total less than 100.
And 3
so
wickets.
If they up it, they make it the more difficult for this Ghanaian side.
Lovely line and length. Godfred is widely experienced bowler.
Absolutely.
Knows how to bowl in this situation. Death overs, we call them. Current run rate is still 5.08. At that run rate, 102 looks like what is achievable. Surely a walk in the park for Ghana.
If they are not complacent. He didn't see the ball, but he doesn't care. They will go for 2. They will get the 2.
That's a chance. Comfortable in the end.
With the way Syed went for that, you know, is is looking more like, let's take him on. He wasn't that brisk towards picking that ball.
This tournament has the teams playing quite a number of games. How far into it before we start to see fatigue play a huge part of the a huge factor into the results?
But I think they will have a rest by Monday. But more importantly, Tayo, I need to ask you from a player's perspective also, these teams need game time. For Nigeria, the last time we saw them play prior to that first game against Rwanda was October 9, 2022 in Rwanda. And I'm sure you will be feeling sad that the game we're expecting to see the national team play, the African Cricket Association competition in Abuja, was moved against South Africa, moved again. So they've been starved of action. I don't think this one will be too much of an asking.
No, absolutely. I think that from a player, fan, administrator, coach perspective, the games have come. There are too few games. Games are far and few in between. It's too much time to go without playing. So of course the players are pumped. They want to. Oh, what a shot! Hits with disdain over mid wicket. One bounce, 4.
That's 6.
No way.
That was a 6.
That was well struck.
You saw the hand of the main umpire, Musa Ehizoje, go up.
They hope for more of this. Projected
Absolutely.
score has only gone up to 109 despite that boundary. But we can expect a few more lusty blows. Tries again. Experienced Godfred. Bowls it just short. And they've given away a single. Sloppy.
Yes, what was Lansana thinking about? He was that close to going back to the pavilion and he was already in the mood. You don't want to have a new batter come in and try to start from ground zero.
No, not with 4 overs to go.
Yes.
Not with 4 overs to go. Partnership is 37 off 34. Lansana with a bigger share of the contribution. He's hit a few boundaries. 88 for 4 after 16. The last 4 overs, we expect to see fireworks. We expect to see Raymond Koka and Lansana go for the kill. Try to get their team to 100 plus. 110 plus, I should say. We think that 120, 125 makes this competitive. They have a solid bowling attack as well.
Oberave, so much experience playing on a familiar surface. When he won the player of the match, I was asking him question. I said, you are a Ghanaian, but a Ghanaian Nigerian because you know this pitch so well. He will come with his own experience. This will be his last over. And he will want to finish on a high in ensuring that they don't score runs off him.
Many people may not know, but Obed Avi has one of the highest individual scores on this pitch.
Absolutely.
I think it was 217 not out against the Bejuleke Cricket Club, and that's a wicket. It looks like that's a wicket.
That's his.
That is a wicket.
He was still having doubts, and I mean Lansana Lamin, but the umpire Ibrahim Kabia from Sierra Leone said, "Oh, you waiting for me to raise my finger? Okay, I have to." And Obed Harvey.
But that's also clever bowling by Obed. Clever thinking by the captain as well to slow down, take the pace off at this point. Have them try to attack the long boundary on this side as well. But we're talking about Obed Harvey. So it pains me to say, but I was on the receiving end of that high score. I was on the pitch. I was one of the better bowlers on that day.
We didn't need all those explanations.
If you disagree, go to court.
No, I'm not. I honestly didn't want you to go into details, but you decided to dig a hole where there was none to be dug. But I was just expecting that you provide us with an information. Oh, Oberabe, one of the few players to score double century. But for you to now say you were on the pitch on that day and you were the better bowler, no, we don't need those information. You are giving us too much that.
Another dot. The thing about wickets at the end of innings such as this is that they give you the extra advantage of a dot ball, especially when the batting side is trying to accelerate.
Alison Toure is back. He had to go out and receive some treatment, but he's back, and that's why you can see there that he already has 5 runs. He's one of their bright hitters, but things have not just gone according to plans for him, and they will expect him to do better.
And he hits one in the sky. Long gun is coming in, a catch, and Godfrey takes it. Wicket, but more importantly, another dot ball. Another ball that goes away and makes it more difficult to cross this 110, 120 mark for Sierra Leone.
Alison Toure didn't have the performance he had in the first game. He was their best player. He had 33 runs off 18 balls, but unfortunately it didn't turn out the way he expected it to be.
No, he was finding it difficult to even make contact. It might as just well be good for Sierra Leone that is gone.
And that's what we are talking about from a player's perspective, and a vastly experienced player, that synergy that has been formed between Raymond Coker and Lansana Lamin, you don't want to lose it.
You do not want to lose that, not at this stage of the innings.
And you can see now that Alison Toure came on, didn't last, is out. They had another person, George Sesse.
Is at the crease now. And it must be very difficult for him. Starts with a dot. Excellent over by Obed Harvey so far. 2 wickets.
Yes.
Just 1 extra. Ooh, tough chance, but excellent attempt. That was a full-blooded slash. And the man at backward point got a hand to it.
Yes.
Juggled it once, but ultimately dropped. Dot ball, I think that's a positive.
Yes. They just made 1 run. They were able to make that 1 run. But he got commendation from Theodore, the wicket keeper, and the entire teammate. What matters is the effort that you put into.
He saved 3 runs there.
Yes, absolutely. 17 overs gone, 90. And we can safely say from here that we are standing, running commentaries, tired that they will get more runs than what they got in the first game, which was 95.
Yep. So you have to take the positives from every situation. So they might come out and say, excellent shot.
Maximum. He's got that height. And just when we were talking about it, they crossed it.
Yes, 96 runs.
Yeah.
But Judge Sese with the long levers steps into that one and just pummels it over long on.
Tayo, how do you feel when umpires raise their two hands when you are bowling? And how do you feel when the same umpire raises his hand while you are batting?
Dot ball. So I have to say that I don't experience it much when I'm bowling. Thankfully.
Yeah, just come here to market yourself. But it's all good.
Yeah, I know that there are people who are very used to that feeling of being hit for a six.
But it does affect you psychologically.
One of those people is Andy.
What happened to him?
Every now and then Andy drops one shot, gets hit over mid wicket for a six. Maybe let's ask him.
He's been off commentary from ball one of this second game, but all will be well. All will be well. He will have his. He will smell his rose. He will smell his flowers much later. They want to go for two. No good communication between the two batters. George and Raymond
decided to not take the risk there.
Not needed. Yesterday they scored 121 against Rwanda. Yes, they lost, but butterfly fingers. They will hope that if they repeat the same 121, this might be a bit close. Yes, Rwanda batted first and scored 155, and they scored 121. They will think that with a 121, they should give it a fight.
I think a score of 120 makes it competitive at the very least. And just as we say that, the man is out. End of another over, 100 for 7. 2 overs to go.
2 overs to go. So from this position, realistically speaking, what will be the targets? Let's leave out what...
I think that they have to shoot for 20 in the 2 overs that's left. They have to shoot for 20.
That means they need to score 10 runs per over.
They need to shoot for it. Whether that is taking 2 runs per ball, whether that is taking 1 boundary and singles, they need to go for it. There's 3 wickets in hand. There's nothing you're going to do with those wickets. There's 12 balls to be attacked. You have to throw the kitchen sink at it.
Wow. Coming from Tayo Showale, they need to get 20 runs. And in comes Chenoba. Chenoba walks in as batter number 7. Or call him batter number 8 because they've lost 7 wickets already. The man who got their first wicket, Akil Israsied.
Good pace. $11 balls to go. They should still be shooting for 20. Judge Sese, long lever, should be looking to hit that straight in between long on and long off. And he tries it. Drop shot, it will get 2.
Can he get 2?
Comfortably?
Yes, they do. They need him. They need him to be there till the end. He's got that height, and he's got that muscle in his arm that he can strike the ball very well.
Drives that extra cover. It's just one. It's also good bowling from Akil. Bowling the wide of off stump and causing the man to go fetch it.
But credit must go to Ose for picking that ball. Were you disappointed that they couldn't go for two, knowing that the first one has to be very quick? Look at where Ose picked the ball from.
No, I think that Chenoba has to make sure that Judge Sese gets the strike. He should be pushing for two. And now he should be dropping one and running.
But let's see what he can offer. He seems to be the guy too that can get something done.
Yeah.
But more importantly, like you have rightly said, every ball counts. They must not dot any ball.
Yeah, there can be no dots from here. He's trying to be too inventive. Of course, the bowler is wise. He sees you moving at this stage of the game. He knows what to do. Bowling Yorkers, wide of off stump. He just wants the dots. He's not trying to bowl your wicket.
But this is a very disciplined over from him, knowing the intent of the Sierra Leoneans that they want to be aggressive.
Great lengths.
Finish is over with 26 for 1 wicket, and so they need 12 now in this last over, according to your projection.
I don't see how they get it.
The best performer for them is Lansana Lamin, 32 runs off 27 balls, 2 fours and 2 sixes. Following closely is Raymond Coker, who scored 20 off 23 balls, 1 4 and 1 6. And of course, Aruna Kainese, 19 runs of 18 balls, 3 fours, no 6 at all. Last over.
Last over of the game, Judge Sese needs to find a way to get on strike.
This looks like Kwabena and Nefi.
He needs to get on strike and mix up there. What's it doing?
Channel fell.
What is it doing? He doesn't seem to be in this game. He doesn't seem to understand what needs to happen. Swing and a miss, crumbles on the floor in a heap, and won't take the single, even after the misfield. He better be hitting boundaries after that.
But unfortunately, the man bowling will not afford him such a luxury.
He tries one, skies it, I think it's gone, got fed under it, and he missed. He misses it completely.
Looks like he was under.
It was right under it.
And the explanation we give sometimes is when there's a scorching sun, you say the ray of the sun got into your eyes, but the weather is so...
There's no such thing today.
No such thing. So what? You missed an opportunity.
He will have some explaining to do.
Not really. That's gone. They have to think about something else. And Nefi hitting the balls hard. Cheno is not running. Cheno is not running and is not hitting those boundaries. At this period, you have to pressure your opponent. That was sure 2 runs.
It's the last over of the game. You have 3 wickets in hand. You are below par. You should be running. You should be making those sacrifices. Judge Sese tries to go for the second one, but no way.
The 120 projection looks a bit difficult, but not impossible. But realistically speaking, because we are realists, I don't see this 120 happening.
I think I can put my neck on the line here and say it's not going to happen.
Your neck, I'm not at duty today. Impossibility is nothing.
Dot ball.
And so I can see why you put your neck down, that 120 will not happen. Dotting the balls at this critical period, you can see there, of the 5 balls faced, just 4 runs conceded. You have to also give credit to the bowler also, Kwabena Anefe.
Last ball of the innings. How Sierra Leone could use a boundary. And they get one.
This looks like he will go for 4.
Or do they?
No,
they
he did
don't.
not go.
And
And Cheno is not running.
how many did they run?
This just looks like
1 run?
3.
3, okay.
Well, not bad.
Not bad.
We've come to the end of the first innings. 111. Tire, your honest submission. The first game they played, they scored 95. This is a much improved performance from Sierra Leone.
Well, on paper, it does look an improved performance that they scored Nelson, but they could have done more. They could have gotten more runs. The opportunities were there. This is not a 111 wickets. I think they could have easily gotten 125, 130 here, with just a little bit more better application, and more intense, especially from people like Chenoba. Judge Sese had the right ideas, but I think that he needed more support.
Absolutely brilliant and excellent thought from my brother and my friend Tayo Showale. The match summary you are seeing on your screen. Lansana Lamin, the top batter for Sierra Leone, 32 runs off 27 balls. Raymond Koka, 20 runs off 23 balls. Aruna Kainese, 19 runs off 18 balls. And for the bowling, Oberave once again top the bowling performance. The way Oberave is going to be leading in the wickets. 3 wickets for 18 runs in 4 overs. Michael Abuaye, 2 wickets for 30 runs in 4 overs. Akil Isra Syed, 1 wicket in 26 runs conceded in 4 overs. For them to win, they need 112 runs in 20 overs. For the Ghanaians to make it 3 out of 4, and for Sierra Leone to notch their first victory in this tournament, they need to ensure that they don't get to 111. I've been enjoying commentary from my brother and my friend from the Federal Capital Territory and former under-19 captain Tayo Showale. We'll be back for an exciting, entertaining second innings of the West Africa Trophy, sponsored by Dalphabet, SPORTSBOX, Sparkle, Lagos State Government, and Nigerian Cricket Federation.
Welcome back to the second innings of the second match of today. You can see the umpire walking in. Musa Bodi Eizoje, the tall man, 6'3", tall, walking in with a co-umpire, Michael by name. Sierra Leone side having a team meeting, juggling the balls between their hands. They definitely want to make this count. They're back strong, better. It's time to defend their total. Batters in. The field has been taken by the Sierra Leoneans. They are ready to take on this one. Lovely, lovely atmosphere. Yeah. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the West African Trophy. First of its kind. Want to say a very big thank you to our sponsor, Dafabet, who has made this possible. The Nigerian Cricket Federation also can't say thank you enough for this wonderful tournament. Without leaving out SPORTSBOX, Sparkles, the Lagos State Cricket Association. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you that the second innings will be an interesting one. With me on the combox, Sheun Ajidagba.
Thank you very much, Tamuno John. Change in batting lineup for Ghana. Great start from Kwasi Awia. They make 2 runs. Himself and Rexford Bakum. George Sese opening things from the Court of Appeal end. Once again, we're glad to have join us at the commentary position Tayo Showale. Tayo, they understand the brief and they must walk in line with what happened. You can't be doing this. You can't be doing this.
Very straightforward job for Ghana. A run per ball. They need 5.5 and over. Less than a run per ball. They've been helped though. 2 balls bowled, 6 runs scored. Just
So
wayward.
Safe to say they've overachieved
So far.
this innings. I mean, the first over, they have overachieved.
Already 4 fielding extras. Another 2 now.
Just 3 balls, bowled 7 runs. I'll ask you one question that might a bit difficult, but I'm sure you are quite intelligent to answer. After the first over.
The keeper can't seem to hold anything.
And you want to say that he's a bit experienced, and I'm careful about usage of the word. By virtue of playing at under 19 for a couple of time, and then has been with the senior national team also, so you expect that he should be doing better.
However way you choose to use the word, Sheon is very experienced.
Absolutely.
And he should be doing better.
But again, aside from those first 2 balls that were somehow, Sese seemed to have gotten himself back.
Yeah, it's been a good comeback. End of the first over, 7 runs for no loss. Only 2 of those runs coming off the bat.
So I'm about to ask that question of mine. There are 2 questions. One, if you're the captain of Sierra Leone, based on what happened in the first over, would you drop Sese from bowling? Maybe he comes back better, and introduce spinners, knowing the intent of the Ghanaians that they want to score runs. But with spinners, they can do a decent job.
Oh no, I wouldn't take the ball off him just yet. I think that just based off of the batting strength of the Ghanaians, I don't know that you can win this game by bowling 20 overs at them. You have to get 10 wickets. And so you have to give yourself every chance of getting those 10 wickets. And I think Judge said your opening bowler, you want to assume provides you some of that. The other thing is the power play overs. It's really difficult for spinners unless the best spinners in the world, you don't want to start 80-20 innings with a spinner who wasn't primed to do it just because your opening bowler had a bad few balls. If it was always in your plan to bowl a spinner at the start of the innings, then yes, that's a different thing.
And so you could see that the captain of the side is coming from the pavilion end, George Edward Ngeba.
Shouldn't they be running 2 here? Yes, that's 2. Why is he walking? So, I have to be careful when I say this, especially because I have missed quite a number of games of this tournament so far. But from what I've seen this afternoon, there seemed to be a lack of game awareness on display here. We saw it towards the end of the first innings with a bar, and now we're seeing it. So, Samson had dotted 3 balls, and now there's a chance for you to run 2, and you're walking. I know that it's early in the chase. I know that it's not a huge total, but you have to play the game the right way. There's a man on the fence. You hit the ball halfway. You should be running the first one fast. we talk about this competition being preparation for, tougher challenges. So, I would like to see players approach it with more intent.
Absolutely. Maybe these other two are not preparing for the final qualifier in Namibia, but it still does not matter. Games are games.
Games are games. At this level, there's always something to play for. There's ranking points to play for. There's your place in your team to play for. You're carrying the hopes of, your nation. And also, it's the game. You should give it everything. That's what makes you are an international. There are many people who would kill to wear the Ghana jersey, I'm sure. Muted appeals there, but umpire says it's going down leg.
And that's umpire Musa Ehizoje and Ibrahim Kabia. Musa Ehizoje, the standing umpire, and the square leg umpire is Ibrahim Kabia from Sierra Leone. And that's one thing I love about the game of cricket. Irrespective of where you are from and who is playing, you have to be a top professional.
You have to be. I mean, if you look at the pavilion, there are more young people there than old people. You want to be setting an example. If you look at the bench, you have your teammates out there. There are some of them sitting out today who would have hoped to be playing.
Maybe the context I'm also coming from, Tayo, is in a game of football, this will not happen. Your country is playing and you are officiating.
I see your point. One of the things that we pride ourselves on as cricketers is, just being gentlemanly, being honest. Like my manager would say, being brutally honest, being fair. So you expect, it's an expectation. We don't even have to beg you to be fair. We expect nothing less of you.
More reason they call it the gentleman's game.
This is really good bowling from George Sese, and I think he has answered your question about,
our question.
Should the captain have taken the ball off him after
our question. You don't throw your colleague under the bus. But maybe I should own up. He's answered my question. I was just thinking aloud.
I understand. So I remember doing that once, taking the new ball off my opening bowler on the 19 World Cup qualifier.
Share us that experience.
Versus Tanzania.
Okay.
First match of the competition, end of first over, we were 13-0. 11 of those 13 were wides. I didn't have a choice.
Name withheld.
Name withheld. You don't throw your teammate under the bus.
But you just did to your colleague.
Shot.
We didn't go for
cover
two.
Drive, but it's a single.
But that was excellent from that fielder, ensuring that only one run was made. But Tyler, this is turning out to be a dramatic game. It's looking like a game that will be filled with drama.
I'm here for the drama. I look forward to it. That's a horrible looking Hoik, and he owes out.
Samson Kwasi Awea is gone.
This is the drama you talked about.
What a way to get themselves going. They need this victory so much. The Sierra Leoneans are a tough nut to crack. And for them to have played 3 matches and not 1-1 was getting to them. And they said to themselves, it's imperative that we must get a win and get going.
So for the first time in the innings, the current run rate is lower than the required run rate. I am here for the drama.
We'll soon get to hear a lady who has been taking note of what has been happening. She says she's Oluwafumilola Omoni.
Fumilayo.
Fumilayo, I beg your pardon. Sorry. Oh, I didn't intend to do this. Former Lagos State player, former Nigerian international. The only person who is not a Nigerian international is the person holding the microphone. And I'm not talking about Tayo. Shonwaji Dagba. When I'm wrong, I own up. After this over, she will tell us what she feels. 1 became 2. It was even looking more like
It was a chance.
a chance. Raymond Coker, the left-hand batter who scored the second highest runs for Sierra Leone, is coming from the pavilion end and doing all sorts in ensuring that the run rate is reduced.
There's something missing from this game, Sean.
And what's that?
I'm not sure why the Ghanaian batsmen are being tentative. It's not a huge total. They have wickets in hand. The bowling is slow. The field is up, but we don't seem to be seeing a lot of positive intent from them.
And what exactly do you want to see?
I want to see more attacking play. I want to see them try to score. And you see what I'm saying? And that's a chance. Umpire says no, but that's a chance.
I can see what they are trying to do, that in spite of the in quotes not too much runs, they also want to be very careful, knowing that the Sierra Leoneans are not doing badly with their bowling.
I mean, it may be a issue of a perennial problem as Africans with spin. Do you think?
Tayo, is it an African problem or a global problem?
Okay, so I realize that I just generalized, but I can say that a West African problem. I can say that with my chest.
But globally, I think people struggle with spin. You find, you can count by the tip of your fingers people who can comfortably play spin. But we'll come back to that discussion. It's 16 for 1 after 4 overs. The target is 111. And maybe I should just allow Fumi to tell us what she makes of this game and the previous game that she saw, which was Nigeria versus Rwanda.
Thank you very much, Adidagba. We are still live at Tafawa Balewa Cricket Oval, and you are watching the West African Cricket Tournament. Tayo, I must tell you that the Sierra Leone has been very composed with their fielding.
That's a chance. Good running, quick single. Yeah, it looks like they've fielded really well. They've taken the pace off the bowling, making it difficult for the Ghanaians to go after them. Another good piece of fielding. Good piece of captaincy actually with the field placements.
You know, for a team that has shown us that they are a batting team, 1-1-1 on the scoreboard, I think is a small run.
And this is commentators' at his finest. Just after you say that, he hits a boundary. But that one was short and slow. Gives Rexford back home enough time to just shuffle across and hit it to mid-wicket. Dot ball right after.
And it's 21 for 1 in 4.4 overs. I think that could be a 2-run.
I think they could have done two.
The start was a bit slow. Attacking field. But you can't blame them.
No, I think that when you have a total that is not so huge, you have to give extra on the field. They're doing just that. Field placements have been good. The pace has been just right. It's forcing the Ghanaians to come at them. The required run rate keeps inching up and up. Chance, and that's a 6. Rexford is starting to get into the game more and more now. 2 boundaries.
Again, slow run between the wickets.
I think the Ghanaians might be a little bit overconfident. The scoreboard is starting to tick over quicker now. A boundary and 2 singles.
Tayo, I must tell you that the two batters are gradually building a good partnership. And I think that's the most important thing in a T20 game.
Well, the name of the game is runs. If you're not getting runs, then you don't give away your wicket. But these 2 gentlemen have held on to their wickets and are getting runs now. And another one swipe to mid-wicket. Every time it's short and wide. Because it's not quite quick, Rexford is able to muscle it across to the mid-wicket fence. .36 for 1 in 5.
Raymond Coker coming in to bowl from the pavilion end.
So end of the over is 36 for 1. After 6, Rexford back home, 22 of 19, ably assisted by Godfred Bakuwayem. 2 runs off 5. You can expect to see a change in the commentary box. A double change actually, with Shenwa Jidagba and John Tamuno coming on. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Tayo. It's good to be back on the mic box.
The Ghanaians are looking to get their third victory. And Sierra Leone are looking to get their first victory. They will go for 2. And they make that comfortable 2 runs. Rexford Bakum and Godfred Bakiwayem batting. Just 1. The target for them is 111. Tamino, if they are going to get their first victory, the approach has to change.
Yeah, I can see the Ghanaian side looking more highly spirited. I love the way they are approaching it for the first 3 overs. The big man in there has been hitting the balls, striking it so hard. Has gotten some boundaries attached to his name, and the runs are beginning to tick regularly than before.
They wanted to go for 2, but that will not happen. They are on 41 runs. And gradually, the runs is jacking up. Captain George Edward Ngeba the end of that over. .41. The duo of Rexford and Godfred still batting. .22 balls faced. 23 runs for Rexford. While for Godfred, 8 balls faced, scored 6 runs. 7 overs gone, 41 for 1. Expensive. Three runs. It was a wide. Then 2 extra runs. Better than what we saw. They take one run. Skies it up. No man's land. And they will go for two. Comfortable 2 runs. George Sessi. Bowling from the pavilion end.
Oh, and Rex Ford has gone for that one. Didn't get under it as expected. 1-1 was muzzled out of that shot. Rex Ford has gotten 26 runs off 24 balls.
Hits it hard. 6! The hands are up. Maximum. Godfred Bakiwayem struck it real hard. They take one run. This has been a bit expensive and over for George Sessi. Definitely not what they bargained for. They need 56 runs in 72 balls. The runs favors Ghana. The overs don't favor Sierra Leone. And so by now what they should be working with is wickets, ensuring that they work with the wickets of the Ghanaians, because the over is not favorable.
Gradually, the game is slipping away. Partnership is building. It's 43 of 30 balls for both partners at the center. That tells you that the strike rate is high, and also they are getting comfortable. If this two batters stays in, George Bakiweme stays in for the next 5 overs, there'll be destruction for the Sierra Leone side. The current run rate is 6 runs per over, and the required run rate is 4 runs per over. They're beginning to sail right. Sierra Leone must do something different to get them back on track.
And in doing something different, Sri Lanka must do something different. But what they are doing now will not get them a victory against Africa's sole representative. Rexford did something different from what he was doing, and he has to go back to the pavilion. He's out for 26.
Very well bowled, George. Second ball got that wicket. Well taken catch at the covers area. He didn't bring that ball down. No, there's no proper way transferring to that shot. We know him. Bradford, big man, big hitter. He's walking down the pavilion. And the ninth over, Sierra Leone were on. They played 6 of that over. And so far, Ghana has made 1 run in the 9th over. If you see the stats here, lovely start. Then the 9th over, the 8th over, and the 6th over was very expensive from the Ghanaian side when they were fielding.
Out goes Rexford back home. He has contributed his own quota. And he's going out for a new batter to come on. Kevin Awala is the new batter.
Currently, the Ghanaian are on top of the game. And they have wicket at hand. It means that they can decide at any moment to increase the score, the runs rate per over if they want to. But at the moment, they are looking very comfortable. If the Sierra Leone must aim for wickets and make sure Ghana does not play out the 20 overs if they must win this one. So much balls to come, fewer runs to score. This is the moment, this is the time. The bowlers have to bowl tidy, wicket to wicket. Not giving chances for the batters to go over the head or play into the gap.
Skies it up. Just 1 run. And 9 overs gone. 11 more to go. 61 for loss of 2 wickets. Ghana batting. Kevin Awala and Godfrey Bakiwayem have got a partnership of 5. That means they need to build partnership. Is not far from over for Sierra Leone, but they need to be more aggressive in their approach. They need to get wickets. New bowler Abbas Blah. Umpire Ibrahim Kabia. Tells him to calm down. Thought he had him, but umpire said no. Abbas Blah. Another missed opportunity. For Sierra Leone. 2 balls. 2 leg byes for Abbas Blah. We dey go for 2. Just 1. Three more balls to go. And we'll be getting into the 10th over. Much better over for Abbas Blah. Last match for today. And after today, we'll have played 8 matches. We'll have played 8 matches at the West Africa Trophy, sponsored by Dafabet. Tomorrow morning, action resumes again. Nigeria versus Sierra Leone. Ghana versus Rwanda. Hits the ball. Hits it hard. It had to take the wicket keeper to go for that ball. The end over's gone. 47 runs needed off 61 balls. Gradually, Tamuno, Ghana are doing the needful.
They are so comfortable at the center, knowing that they have 7 wickets at hand. They are not in a hurry. With Godfrey inside, who has played 19 runs off 19 balls with a strike rate of 100. I think Ghana is on the comfortable side to win this one.
Alusin Toure,
the man that got 4 wickets in yesterday's game, that match, he got 3 wickets in his 3rd over and came back to take 1 wicket in the 4th over. That game was very, very interesting. He's on the wheels again. Alusin Toure has bowled 4 balls and considered 3 runs so far. 5 runs so far, I beg your pardon.
good way to start.
He has chose to bowl from the court appeal end, where he got most of his wickets yesterday was from the pavilion end.
Good stop. This is the first over for Alusin Toure. Not doing badly.
He bowled that one deep into the batman. Godfrey.
Appeal from him, but the main umpire was unconcerned.
Lovely shot by Kevin. Is that going to go for 4?
No, it won't.
They've taken 3. Good running between the wickets. Kevin and Godfrey have started building a partnership again. Ghanaian looking too comfortable for this one. Sierra Leone must fight back by getting wickets. If Sierra Leone must win this game, the next 3 overs is very crucial. They need to get 3 wickets. So keep the Ghanaian side under pressure, because we know what wicket does to game.
Skies it up.
A drop catch by Alison Toure. The bowler that bowled that ball when it's being struck by Godfrey to the mid-off area. He ran under it, but didn't form enough cup under that ball. Bit of deficiency in technique. He dropped that one and gave Kevin another life.
That was a missed opportunity from Alison Toure to Godfred Bakiwayem, and the partnership between Kelvin Awala and Godfred Bakiwayem is 16
of 15 balls. Again, the Ghanaian knows how to build partnership. Kevin Awala, 7 runs off 6 balls. No boundary yet in his innings. The strike rate has moved to 95, 145.
for Godfred Bakiwayem, 21 runs facing 22 balls. No for 1-6, strike rate of 95.45. Ghana on 72 for loss of 2 wickets after 11 overs gone. 9 more to go. Kelvin Awala and Godfred Bakiwayem batting. Godfred, the striker.
This is a crucial part of the innings where the Sierra Leone need to bowl the Yorkers, the toe crusher. Not giving the batter enough room to drive or to pull the ball. It's very important. They need to work. The fielders need to work with the bowlers to complement them and make sure that no boundary is given for the next 7 overs.
Abbas Blah into his second over. They still steal that run. They are waiting for the decision of the main umpire, Ibrahim Kabia. Kamuna will create room for Tayo, who is back. And back at a very crucial time. They needed 6 runs of 52 balls. With the way the Sierra Leoneans are bowling and the way the Ghanaians are batting, you want to say that Sierra Leone don't look like they want to get their first victory of the Ghanaians. Tayo.
Thank you, Sheon. Good to be back. From here, it looks like Ghana's game to lose. They're currently in the driver's seat, 8 wickets in hand. Only them can lose this game. I don't see how Sierra Leone take it.
White ball, extra run given to the Ghanaians. They will accept it. Any run is a run, either with the bat or without the bat. As long as The rate keeps jacking up. Can they make two? Yes, they do.
Doesn't look like we're going to get the drama we hoped for, Sean. Looks like a stroll for the Ghanaians. Some work for the umpire as a stray bag of chips running across the wicket.
$79 for 2, 11.5 overs. Missed chance. Abbas Blah on the turf. He's bowled 2 overs. Frustrated that he's yet to get a wicket.
79 for 2 after 12. Godfrey has sort of anchored the innings. Scored all around the wicket. Or mainly to the long off fence. And then square of the wicket as well on the leg side. That's not a bad wagon wheel, is it?
Absolutely. I just wanted to point out to you, Tayo, that in the previous encounter, yes, the partnership you are seeing, Samson, Kwasi Awea, where the captain and Rexford Batum had 12-run partnership of 18 balls. Rexford Bakum and Godfrey Bakiwayem had a 44-run partnership of 32 balls. And Kelvin Awala and Godfrey Bakiwayem, 23 runs of 22 balls. I just wanted to point out to you, Tayo, that in the previous game, which Ghana won by 3 wickets, where they scored 96 runs for a lot of 7 wickets, they achieved it in 17.2 overs. But the way this is going, even for runs that was higher than that, they might be achieving it even before that period.
Yeah, I think that they have sort of paced this innings properly. I know at the start of the innings, I wanted them to go harder and score quicker. I might have been wrong. Godfrey has sort of scored at a run a ball, because actually from the very get-go, that's all they needed, 5.5 and over. Look at this view of the aerial view of the Tafawa Balewa Square.
And by extension, is the environs.
The shore of the Atlantic Ocean. This is where they call Lagos.
Aquatic splendor.
And we have the oldies, the 4 o'clock group.
Yes, you can see them. Some represented Nigeria. Some represented their states. Some were restricted to their secondary school. And some were restricted to their university. So don't get it twisted. Seeing someone put on Nigerian jersey is not a precursor that, or it's not a given that the person represented Nigeria. He might just be wearing that jersey to support the country.
Sean, why are you particular about this thing?
I'm not putting on the Nigerian jersey. And I never said I represented Nigeria. Well, but I see the chance to represent Nigeria.
I see GI behind us in the Nigeria jersey. Is this dig by any chance aimed at him?
Goke Idris cricket ended at the university level, not even at the state level. I can say that for a fact.
I'm told he was at MBHS level.
that he ended at secondary school level? It's cricket, or what did he say?
80 for 2 in 12.3. Alucine Toure, 2 dot balls, a single just there now. A double just there now, I should say.
I always see fights from Sierra Leone. The Sierra Leone that I know usually fights.
When Nigeria is involved, usually.
Also, you are delimiting it to Nigeria.
I think that many teams, actually, many times when you, I'm looking for the,
Are you saying when you come face to face with Nigeria, the appropriate English?
no, one of the things that I've found is that when you come to the subcontinent, when you come to West, especially Anglophone West Africa,
Okay.
all other nations, and this is across all walks of life, all sports, all events, all of the other nations feel like Nigeria is the country to beat, whether this is football, whether this is cricket, whether this is rugby. When it's Ghana versus Nigeria, the Gambia versus Nigeria, Sierra Leone versus Nigeria, they put on their underdog tag, and they would stop at nothing to defeat Nigeria, even if that's the only game of the competition that they win.
And you could see at the under-19 qualifiers in Dar es Salaam this July, which Namibia got the ticket to represent from that region at the World Cup. When Sierra Leone defeated Nigeria in the first game by 9 wickets, they went over the moon. And that's one of the few victories Sierra Leone had over Nigeria. Aside from what happened at the bilateral series in 2021 in October, where it was a 6-match bilateral series at Unilag, and they won the very first Mini Rupaka. Imagine as the player of the match that day. It was a shocking loss for Nigeria, but bounced back to win the remaining 5. Moses Williams. Let's see what he can offer.
The Ghanaians are scoring well above asking rates, which is why they will finish this innings with a number of overs to spare.
Small dab. Godfred Bakiwayem, like Tayo rightly put it, too much experience. It's simply the one we call Ogbon Sadiq. They are taking it slow and easy, and they are gradually bringing it home.
Six needed of 40 balls.
Later tomorrow, it will be day 5, match 9 of the West Africa Trophy, sponsored by Dafabet. And thank you to our other sponsors, SPORTSBOX, SPACU, Lagos State Government, Nigerian Cricket Federation. Nigeria will be taking on Sierra Leone. Nigeria are undefeated in 4. And that is it for you, what you should be expecting tomorrow. And later in the afternoon, Rwanda will take on Ghana. And Tayo, to interest you to know that this competition has thrown up some records. One of such is that the first man to play from ball 1 to the final ball is Nigeria's opening batter and wicketkeeper Sulaiman Rushewe. In this competition, the first game to ever get into a super over was Ghana versus Rwanda. Reminiscent of what happened at the 2019 World Cup between England and New Zealand. Headlines about me.
It's been a good competition so far. The weather has been good. The players have been they've displayed a good level of sportsmanship.
Our biggest sponsor is God Almighty. We can't compromise that. What can we achieve where we have games washed out? It will be good for cricket. It will be good for what we intend to achieve, that players have quality game time. 22 from 36. They are on 89 for the loss of 2 wickets. Give me sweet.
Rank full toss. Give me the treatment.
Maximum. That was just too sweet. Alison Toure. He's the only one that can explain what he just did. Kelvin Awala. Now tournament boundaries for 6 have gone to 36 and 4s 103. Thank you, our production team. Tayo, is this spinning or throw down?
So one of the things that I've also not seen is, at least today, is a lot of pace. I imagine that this is a deliberate ploy, and the skippers have seen something on the wickets that requires them to bowl spinners more. But as far as spinners go, this isn't one of the better ones that I've seen today.
9 runs conceded in 2 balls.
Oh, some good fielding by Abbas Solomon Blah.
And at a time where they need to keep it tidy, you can see what is on the screen for Alison Toure's bowling. He's bowled 4 balls and he has conceded 11 runs. Certainly not what Tayo Showale traveled all the way from Abuja by flight to Lagos to come and see. He wanted something more competitive.
There seems to be a feeling of submission on the side of the Sierra Leoneans.
Absolutely.
.74 the required run rate, as you can see there. It's too easy.
And they considered a bit too early, from my understanding. I might be wrong.
It was always a tall order. We did say that if they didn't score 120 plus, it was going to be difficult.
But truth be told, Tayo, 110 wasn't a bad score if you field very well and you bowl very well. 110 isn't a bad score. We know what is obtainable in Senna climbs in T20 these days. People even score 180, score 190. But I'm saying that if you have defended very well, and you can see from their bowling, only 2 players have gotten wickets, George Sese and the captain George Edward Ngeba. A battle of 2 Georges. 1 wicket, 17 runs, 11 dot balls, 3 overs. A 5.67 economy rate for George, and for Ngeba, 5.00 economy rate, 1 wicket, 20 runs, 10 dot balls, and 4 overs. Others are yet to get wickets.
I think a lot has to be said about the calmness of Godfred Bakuwayem. This could have turned out really differently. He could have gotten out. We could have seen a procession. But he has batted really sensibly. Only one boundary in his 35 off 34.
Moses Bami Williams coming from the pavilion end. His first over was not bad, Tayo, in the real contest of how others are bowled. He considered 6 runs. But let's see what he's offering in this second over of his, which actually is the 16th over.
The ball before this last one, just after I had praised Godfred, there was a rush of blood to his head. He swung his bat heavily and missed. But he seems to be back on it. And he does it again. Contact this time, 1 run.
And we said it, Tayo, that the previous game between Ghana and Sierra Leone, Ghana won this game with 16 balls left. Looks like they want to end this one earlier than even when they had a higher total to achieve, because then they were chasing 95 and they scored 96 in 17.2 overs. We are in 15.4, and from indication, you know, Tayo, that with some maybe 8 runs to win or 7, they're going to do this in less than that 17.2 overs.
Yeah, clearly, and it even looks like they've now they realize they've won this game. They're not trying too hard. They're just going to see this one over the line, get some rest, and go again tomorrow.
And more importantly, winning it convincingly. Emphasis on convincingly.
Shots going down the leg. Godfred has just helped it on for a couple.
I don't know what Moses is complaining about. When you have people on the offside and you are going to where you have fewer people, or you really don't have protection, you have to take responsibility for that. Godfred Bakiwayem, 38 runs off 38 balls.
Candidate for man of the match or no?
Absolutely. One 6 strike rate of 100. Brilliant. 5 runs to win, and they might just end it in this over. They might end it in this over because it's Alusin Toure that is coming to bowl. Am I saying something that Tayo is not aware of?
It's 4 runs to win, Sheon. It could end in 1 ball. It could end in 2 balls. Fully expected to end this over.
Backward shots there. I mean, going back foot to play it. And they are almost home and dry. It might end in this over. 4 more balls to go. 3 runs to win. Missed. Tayo, what a coincidence. 3 balls, 3 runs to win.
3 balls left in the over, 3 runs to win. Um,
And this game will come to an end. I'm sure one of the many things Tayo is thinking about is he wishes Godfred Bakiwayem just scores a winning run based on how he has performed. Himself and Kelvin Awala have formed a formidable partnership.
he's taking off his helmet, donning his cap. I hope he doesn't get carried away. These things usually happen. You see a loss of concentration. You see a man ask for a new bat, ask for a new pair of gloves. You see him go out the next ball.
That sometimes can be very, very painful. After asking for all the things that you require, he eventually did not do the needful.
Not Godfred. Cuts it into the extra cover space. And they run two.
And they win the game by 8 wickets. Resounding victory this time around. Congratulations to the Ghanaians. They were untroubled, they were unfettered. They didn't really bother the Ghanaians in the batting crease, and they got that resounding victory. Credit must go to Godfred Bakiwayem, vastly experienced, and Kelvin Awala. Your final thoughts before we go for post-match, Tayo?
Yes, credit to those two men, but also to Obed Harvey. Bowled at the death, showed some guile, showed courage. Slow bowlers generally don't want to take the ball towards the end of an innings, but not Obed. And this has been a wonderful performance from the Ghanaians. Well played.
Thank you very much, Tayo Shewole. We hope to see many more of Tayo with his vast experience in the commentary box. That's the size of the package. For us, we say congratulations to the Ghanaians for making it 3 wins out of 4. We go for the post-match presentation, but a big shout out to all other commentators from Endurance of Fame, player representative, and of course, former captain of the national team, Tamuno John, Tayo Shewole, Fumi Omoni, and of course, the lady who kept us up to speed about what happened in India, Agarese. But quickly, the match summary: Lansana Lamin, 32 runs for Sierra Leone; Aruna Kainese, 19 runs; Raymond Coker, 18 runs; and for bowling, Obed Harvey, 3 wickets for 18 runs in 4 overs; Michael Abuaye, 2 wickets for 30 runs in 4 overs; Akil Isra Syed, 1 wicket for 26 in 4 overs; and for the Ghanaians, Godfred Bakiwayem, 41 runs of 40 balls; Rexford Bakum, 26 runs of 25 balls; Kevin Awala, 23 runs of 24 balls. While for the bowling, George Sese, 1 wicket, 17 runs considered in 3 overs; George Edward Ngeba, 1 wicket, 20 runs in 4 overs. And for Raymond Coker, no wickets, and Ghana won by 8 wickets. See you tomorrow for the big game. Again, Sierra Leone against Nigeria. Sierra Leone have now lost 4. Nigeria have won 4. And Ghana have made it 3 wins out of 4. While for Rwanda, they have just 1 win out of 4.